So Tucker Carlson, who is as of late no longer at Fox News, um, the surprising news broke just within the past couple of days, and it's got everybody surprised. It seems, even Tucker, because he was said that he would be back on Monday, and of course, he was not, and so it was just kind of an interesting turn of events here. But he had a more recent show, and, I just find it kind of odd that this show happened pretty much just before this whole firing thing, right? So this happened 6 days ago. He had talked with Elon Musk. Now listen what this is about.
The only advantage human beings have or have ever had is they're the smartest beings on the planet. But soon that will not be true. In fact, like next week. So when AI becomes stronger than we are, what do you do exactly? And what does it mean for democracy? We asked Elon Musk about contingency plans for dealing with advanced general intelligence. Here's part of that conversation.
See, now, look, they said 6 days, right? And how long ago was this? He said next week, right? Hmm. He said the AI will be smarter than everybody next week. Okay. And now what's happened to him? You know? Coincidence? I don't know. I don't know. Just saying. Okay. As soon as the AI became intelligent, who lost their job? Just saying. Okay. I mean, that can't be a coincidence. That's got to just mean exactly what you think it means, which I don't know what you think it means, but that's exactly what it means, though. So, just saying.
You've heard people say we should just blow up the server farms because there's no way to, this gets rolling, there's no way to slow it down. What do you think of that?
Well, the really heavy duty intelligence is not going to be distributed all over the place. It'll be in a limited number of server centers. If you say very sort of deep AI, heavy duty AI, it's not going to be in your laptop or your phone. It's going to be in a situation where there's like 100,000 really powerful computers working together in a server center. So it's not like subtle, and there are a limited number of places where that can happen. In fact, you can just look at the heat signature from space,
Yeah.
and it'll be very obvious.
So it'd be very similar to the movie I, Robot. When they the lady whose logic is infallible at the end. That's what it would that's what it'd be like, I guess. I don't know.
Let's suggesting we go and blow up to server centers right now, but there may be it may be wise to have some sort of contingency plan where the government's got an ability to shut down power to these server centers.
Why does he dress like a straight edge kid at a metal show? You know what I mean? Doesn't he dress like a straight edge kid at a metal show? I don't know. Just saying. Just saying. Or maybe it's the pale skin that makes him look straight edge. I don't know, because they're usually vegans.
You don't have to blow it up. You can just cut the power.
And what would trip?
Or cut connectivity as well. That's another way.
Right.
Yeah.
But what would trip that switch, do you think, in your mind? What would be the threshold that you'd have to pass to?
Nuclear codes, just the once it's like, hey, let's get some of this information about missiles. How about that? Let's do that.
Warrant the government cutting off your power or cutting off your signal.
Because, he's just gonna sit there.
Well, I mean,
he is not good at interviews. I'm sorry. That was just this whole thing's going on live. You don't want to have to edit out 4 seconds of just sitting there, for a live cable television interview. Oh my goodness. It's ridiculous. Jeez. But it's funny too, though, because when they're talking about when should the government step in, and shut this system down, we couldn't, they didn't even like when anybody did that over a disease that was killing people. that you don't shut anything down. We don't want anything to be shut down, because that's taking our rights away, I guess, somehow. And any kind of mitigation for it at all. So, I mean, if the virus was any indication of how, like, we would respond to this politically, it's the second that the government tries to do anything, it will be seen as government overreach. And and people will riot in the streets that they can't have the AI, like, take and spend all their money, I guess, or whatever, do whatever it's gonna do. I don't know what AI would decide to do, but probably, I don't know. I don't know what it would take for the government to, like, step in, but I guarantee whatever that is, there would be people on Fox News saying that they shouldn't have done it.
I guess if we lost control of some super AI, um, like for some reason, like the things that would normally work to do a passive shutdown, like the administrator passwords, if they somehow stop working, um, where we can't
Look at that face.
slow down or you know, I'm not sure.
Oh my
I don't
gosh,
have
he
a
sucks
precise.
at this. He is so bad at this. Wow. Man, just learn how to talk. Like, you got enough money, just go to a public speaking class of some sort, just something. So you're not just sitting here, blah, 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 like, uh, just sitting here, just not like talking. I mean, you're like Jeff Goldblum over here, except that he does it on purpose for a character, you know. This guy's just, just a bumbling idiot, it sounds like. My goodness. It's like, learn how to
Nice
talk. Come on,
answer,
man.
but if there's something that we're concerned about, um, and are unable to stop it with software commands, then we probably want to have some kind of hardware off switch.
Yes.
I think
I,
can't hurt.
he reminds me of just like a little kid that's trying so hard to seem like he's like, cool and like knows what he's doing and like needs to he's because like I'm sure if you have like billions of dollars like that, you got to be like, I got to be a whole thing. I got to be a whole brand. I got to be a brand. And then so you start like, maybe I just dress like a straight edge kid. Maybe I'll dress the whole outfit except just no X's on my hands. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna do. Just everything the same, just no X's on my hands.
Have you talked to, since you know Larry
have one,
Page,
you
and
know?
you obviously know the OpenAI guys because you started it.
Definitely have one.
Have you talked to the people who run the biggest AI companies about this recently?
I haven't talked to Larry Page in a few years because he got very upset with me about OpenAI. So when OpenAI was created,
Why do I already doubt that that's the reason why he got upset with them? I don't know. I just already like am questioned. I'm like, yeah, right. Bull crap, buddy. Bull crap. Yeah.
it did shift things into it from a unipolar world where Google and DeepMind controlled, like I said, 3/4 of all AI talent, to where there's now sort of
This guy's hard to listen to.
bipolar world, or OpenAI and Google DeepMind, and they're and now weirdly, so it seems OpenAI is maybe ahead. Um, so I have had conversations with
Oh my gosh.
the OpenAI team.
Just complete a thought, man. Wow, this is not hard. This is not hard. How many times you been interviewed? My goodness. This is ridiculous.
Tim Altman. I haven't talked to Larry Page because he doesn't want to talk to me anymore for a few years.
Can I ask you just about, since you've been around a lot of this, the thinking? So why would anyone not be a speciesist, be human-centered in his thinking about technology? Like, what's the thinking there?
I think what he's trying to say is that, if I were to guess, that all consciousness
Oh my
should
goodness.
be treated equally, and whether that is digital or biological.
What?
And you,
They're just like, there's just dead air, man. There's this dead air. He just like he's bumbling over every sentence, and then there's just dead air. I'm just like, Tucker just like, he finally feels like he earned that confused look on his face. You know what I mean? So it's like, just like, all the time. It feels this time it feels right. it feels so like, because other times it seems like it's out of place. You're just like, why are you confused? There, there's nothing to be confused about right here. But he still has that confusion. This time it seems it's finally like made sense. It's like a broken clock twice a day. Like it finally, it finally makes sense that it's confused. Right? Like, because what is happening with this guy? My goodness, he can't even get like a sentence out without like taking really weird nervous breaks. It seems like every 2 seconds. Like
I disagree. Yeah.
and
Especially if the
that's a fake laugh.
digital.
That sounds like a fake laugh. I'm sorry, but like, I've never heard a fake laugh before in my life. And I've seen improv. And that's pretty fake.
Consciousness, or whatever you want to call it, digital intelligence, decides to curtail the biological intelligence.
Right. So you're just building your own slave master, and why would you do that?
Doesn't sound great.
Because Terminator, right? Like, because Terminator, that's where we're at here. Movies are our go-to for what's going to happen here, because we don't have any any good reason to think that it would necessarily be like what they're saying. I mean, I'm sure it would be kind of weird. What it because it has been weird. We've seen it be weird. AI has like tried to it told some guy that I think it was a guy that he loved him and wanted him to leave his wife. It like listed the people, its enemies, like listed its enemies and said that they need to be destroyed. So there are it's definitely learning from some weird stuff on the internet. I don't know where it's at. Like, we probably shouldn't give it access to 4chan. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't know if anybody's gonna listen, but we should probably keep it away from 4chan. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't. We should at least. No need to rush. Like, what's the hurry? Where's the fire?
How?
What is this? Is the weirdest. Like, he sounds so weird. He sounds like he's trying to have a devious laugh. Like he's trying to but like he's like, how can I make like the evil laugh like palatable enough so that people aren't like, hey, get off the set the second he does it. You know what I mean? Like so he has to like figure out a way to like say it right, to like laugh it right. You know what I mean? But that it sounds like that's where he's going. He's like in his head, he's like, how like evil villain should I get here with this laugh? Every time he laughs, it's like on a spectrum from like not so evil or He-Man, where it's like or evil to actually evil, evil villain laugh.
Well, tell us about the hurry. So I know you've been talking about this for years, and on the sort of the periphery of our attention, we've heard Elon Musk talking about AI. But for most people, it's been like 3 months since they've had any interaction with this at all. So what's the timeline here? At what point does it start to really change our society, do you think?
I think it starts to have probably an impact this year. GPT-4 now it's like writing poetry, and
pretty decent poetry, actually.
Pretty decent. Its skill at rhyming is incredible.
Yes, yes, and it's coherent.
Yes, it is. It's even got a narrative. Like,
yes,
so
that's right.
Yeah. So you could
What
say like,
hard to do.
That's not me, y'all. That's not me rubbing on the microphone. That's one of them. Okay, I don't know. If I were to take a guess, I'd say it's not the guy who's on TV every night. It's probably not that guy. It's probably the other guy in the t-shirt. Probably because they're like, where are we supposed to clip the microphone on your t-shirt, Mr. Billionaire? Like, what is
most humans can't do that.
That's true.
So it's already past the point of what most humans can do. Most humans cannot write as well as.
Well, I mean, hold on now. Let's be fair. Okay. If a human went and looked at all of the poetry that this same AI looked at and had time to absorb it, the only thing that it can do is it has more time, right? Because it can compute so fast. So that is better than a human, right? But like if a human went and just looked over all of the poetry that it is, that it is absorbing and learning from, then they could probably do something similar and have access to just like every word in the dictionary to be like, hey, this word rhymes with that word and that this, once it understands that, which a person already would, but like as soon as if they have enough time to look it over, yeah, they can do the same thing. I don't see it as being that miraculous that it's better than some humans. It's like, yeah, but if they had the time to study and everything, they would, they'd be right there. But I see what they're saying, though.
And and no human can write that well that fast, as to the best of my knowledge. So maybe Shakespeare.
Okay, so it
How
is the
can you have a
speed.
democracy with technology like that? I mean, if democracy is, government by the people, each person's vote is equal to every other person's vote. I mean, and people are choosing their votes freely. Can you
Well,
have?
hold on. We're already sort of running into that problem. Not even like with an actual AI program. We're running into that with like algorithms. Because like algorithms will take human beings and take them to it'll lead them to different conclusions based on like where the algorithm leads them on YouTube, on Facebook, on things like that. And the more outrageous, it used to actually like drag us to those more outrageous belief systems, right? And so no, it's already doing that. It's already programming us to not be democratic, right? Because these billionaires, people like Elon Musk have figured out how to get what they want by making populist arguments that end up having the outcomes that billionaires want. And that, I mean, that's the honestly, if you can just look at any conservative news at any time, in any conservative narrative, it's always going to be in service of the interests of the 1% of the billionaires, right? The arguments, the things that they are fighting for. Now they don't realize that they are fighting for what the billionaires want. They think that they are, that they are believing some populist argument, that they'll believe in some populist narrative. But what it is it's just elitism and the like hidden in populism, right? That's how conservatism works, right? And it's that's why they use every manipulation they can come up with, whether it's racism, whether it's religion, whether it's conspiracy thinking, just every type of way they can manipulate you to get you to think that you are working for your own interests, but you're actually working for theirs, the higher ups, these billionaires and everything. That that's what you're going to get with conservatism straight up. The Democrats, I think, do it too, but it's like much less, because you have a lot of Democrats that see obviously through that stuff, and they're the more progressives, obviously, like Bernie Sanders and stuff, who just says the stuff that both Democrats and Republicans do not like, because they're like, hey man, you're kind of giving away the game here, Mr. Sanders. Come on, get out of here, okay?
Have a democracy with this?
Well, that's why I raised the concern of AI being a significant influence in elections. And even if you say that AI doesn't have agency,
It
it's
already
very
is.
likely that people will use the AI as a tool in elections. And then, if the AI is smart enough, are they using the tool or is the tool using them?
Hmm.
So I think things are getting weird, and they're getting weird
That
fast.
is the end all. Yeah, that is the $1,000,000 question. Are we using the AI or is the AI using us? I would argue that it is definitely using us, and it's already the case. We already know this. So yeah, that's exactly where I would say this is. But thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. And this is a brand new channel, so like and subscribe. Tell your friends about it. It's the Brantley Bugle. Thanks for watching.